Good afternoon, listeners at home. I'm standing here with Miss the lawyer and the representative of Miss Creative Queer, who is going to just answer a few questions that the public at large would like to be addressed at this time. As we know that Miss Creative Queer here is back in the streets, is back in the game, is back in the relationship game. We would just like an official statement from the office of Creative Queer. What can you say at this time? Thank you. At this time, my client would like to officially release the statement that yes, indeed, she is single, but at this moment we are reviewing the supply chain. We can see that the specifications at the moment are not aligned with our client. So the procurement department has decided that any advertising and any sort of procurement has been postponed up until such a time we are satisfied with the specifications. Perhaps, maybe, in the best case scenario, we are looking at January 2021. Currently, we are not sure. The state of lockdown has also impacted us on this decision, but we are looking around those times. Yes. And, so what are the implications of this supply chain closure during this time? We just would like clarity on that matter, because does this mean Miss Creative Queer doesn't want anyone sliding into the DMs at this moment? At this time, my client is still processing the heartbreak. Obviously, she is distraught and such, and she is currently trying to get some relationship counseling and such in order to recover from this. But to answer your question, my client has requested that any DMs or any what you might call it, any requests for a relationship at this moment, they must be postponed. She is very clear that the specifications must be reviewed before she goes into the next relationship. But DMs and such, we will review as and when they come in. It's a case by case basis, but everyone must know that my client is not in a position to put herself into a relationship for the rest of this year. Yes. You've heard it here first from the headquarters of Creative Queer. She's just relaying, the lawyer here is relaying to us that Miss Creative Queer is indeed back on the market. She is single, but she is currently reviewing the specifications of the girlfriend, and currently supply chain is in processes of reviewing the specifications of the girlfriend. She says that you can DM her, you can come with your request, but you must know that relationships and such will be open only in January of 2021. You heard it here first. Back to you in the studio. Goodbye. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Push, aka the Creative Queer, the masculine queen. Today I am talking about a not so cute topic, relationship breakups. And if you follow me on Twitter, you will know that I had a bit of a meltdown. It wasn't a meltdown, let me not call it a meltdown. You will know that I recently got out of a relationship like 2 days ago, so it's really like fresh. So some of the things that I'm sharing now are things that I'm sort of also reminding myself of. So let me tell you guys some of the lessons and things that I've learned over my failed relationships. First things first, in order to understand the end, you need to look at the beginning. But if you take the first 3 months of any relationship, those are the first 3 months that you need to kind of analyze and weave through some of the very common things that you guys are gonna bump into in the long run. All of those issues that you having within the first 3 months are only going to be magnified as the relationship grows, because niyaqhelana. So for me, for an example, one of my relationships, the fact my masculinity was overemphasized. By overemphasized, I mean the fact I had to perform a lot of masculinity when we'd be out in public, or even if it's just a general conversation that has nothing to do with masculinity. Masculinity would be brought up, and in the end of the relationship, indeed, this person did not want to be with me because they preferred a man, and she turned out to be straight. So that makes sense. So I'm just like sort of giving you an example. You're going to say the first issues or the first things that you guys are dealing with in the first 3 months of any relationship are really things that are going to be magnified as ixesha lihamba. The thing is, relationship patterns will always be your relationship patterns up until a point where you recognize and you are self-aware about the issues that you have. You heal those and then go back into the dating field. Bethunana, hilishani. Sanuhamba ninkqonkqoza ezikwi-DMs zabantu, coming to awaken their love, coming to awaken them when you haven't really dealt with your own internal issues. Now, I'm not saying you always have your ducks in a row. I think as human beings, we're works in progress. We're not perfect. But there's, to some degree, you need to have a level of self-awareness of the kind of person that you are based on your childhood traumas and how now you overcompensate for your childhood traumas in your adult life. You need to know those basics. I've also had to like sort of confront my own relationship patterns, and I don't think I'm perfect. Obviously, if I line up all of the people that I've been dating, and I look at them and I'm just like, they are literally choice assorted cocktail, mixed veg yabantu, in terms of personality, in terms of background. It's a mixed masala. I think for me personally, when I look at my own relationship patterns and the kind of people that I attract, I think over the years, I think the universe has tried its best to kind of chisel me into the person that I am today. With my very first relationship with a woman, there were issues there that I attracted her for a reason, and the relationship is no more for a reason, and the reason she came into my life was apparent to me, and I worked on that. And then I moved on to the next relationship, and there were issues there, and there were things that I needed to sort out, and then learn from, and then move on to the next relationship. So for me, I definitely think that a relationship pattern choice assorted, meaning I am definitely learning from I'm definitely learning and healing from relationships, and the universe wants me to learn other aspects. Like, it's constantly sort of showing me my blind spots about myself. So I definitely, there's, after this relationship, I'm also like sitting back and be like, how come I attracted this person? What did I allow in this relationship that I don't want to allow in the next relationship? So those are the kind of conversations that I'm gonna have now with myself, because this is very fresh to me. It's very new. And I just need to kind of lay out my relationship patterns, and I need to make sure that the next relationship that I'm going into is going to be amazing. Red flags for a reason, darling. Listen to them. Listen to the red flags. I wish there were red flags, there were horns, like all of those things. I think what's difficult about listening to red flags is that when you finally acknowledge that, hey, this is in fact and indeed a red flag, you need to do something about it, because when you know better, you do better. So there's that level of accountability that needs to be there. And sometimes you're so in love with somebody that you're just like, oh, this is so perfect, I don't want to move, I don't want to look, but there's something here, but you're like, oh Jesus, yeah, again, you ignore, and one day it was going to come this way and it's going to go boof. boom in your face because you didn't listen to the red flags. So the red flags are always there in any relationship. Listen to them. And when you know better, you do better. Always honor yourself first. The last thing that I'm going to share with you is always keep the cameras rolling. No matter who is coming into your life, you have the steering wheel and you are driving. You are driving to the destination. The destination is your dreams and your goals and whatever it is that you want for yourself. And I'm not talking only about your career. I'm talking about yourself spiritually, emotionally, socially, financially. You are driving. You are going to a destination. Along the way, there are friends and family who want a lift. Akongxaki, hop on in. Siyahamba. We're going. My cameras are rolling. The show is still continuing. We are going on. We are moving towards whatever goal and purpose that you need to fulfill in your life. And whoever is coming into your life at whatever intersection, at whatever robot, whoever wants to occupy passenger seat, coming in on the passenger seat, whoever is coming into your life, the goal and the vision and your life should still keep on moving. And what I mean about this is, and that's something that I'm really, really proud of myself for doing, is the fact that my life kept on moving. One of the things that I really struggled with in relationships is the balance between keeping myself and fulfilling my needs as an individual and keeping and upholding the needs of the relationship. I really found it difficult in the past to make those two match, and I would sometimes find myself not fulfilling my individual needs and overcompensating and fulfilling the needs of and putting the needs of the other person in the relationship first. And then I end up being unhappy and very, very resentful of the person, when indeed I was the problem. I was the person who was, bending over backwards, and I was the one who was, doing too much and losing myself in the process of a relationship and losing my voice in that. So I definitely think that, especially with this relationship, like I'm saying, I kept the cameras rolling. I kept my individual goals. I kept within my path. I saw my, when you get into a relationship, you start not seeing your friends, you start not communicating to your friends. For me, I kept the camera. You need to keep the cameras rolling. You need to keep moving. You need to always. I'm patting myself on the back for that, because I was like, really struggling with that, and I commend myself for being able to keep my individuality while also being in a relationship. So I was very self-sufficient, and I think that even now that I'm single, I don't feel like my life is so empty, I can't do this anymore. I'm very hurt, I will say that. I'm sad. I loved this person. All of those mushy nice things. But do I feel like my life is over and it's not gonna be better from here? Absolutely not. I think it's only gonna get better from here, and I'm so proud of myself for being able to keep the cameras rolling on my life, keep my goals there, keep my visions there. I feel like there's nothing that I have to pick up now. I'm not scrambling like, oh my God, I forgot about my life. I'm literally, my bus is still moving. The car that I'm driving towards my dreams is still moving. I am moving. We're moving. Those are the only things at this moment that I will share with you about relationships and relationship breakups. I wanted to make this video fun. Obviously, I'm not going to be like, God, I'm sad. And to all the people that were worried about me, I'm here. I'm okay. I'm never gonna be pessimistic about love. I've never been somebody who's pessimistic about love. I don't think that I'm never gonna find love or anything gloomy like that. I think the kind of person I am, I have a lot of love to give. And I think just by the nature of the person that I am, I know that the energy that I have is gonna attract the right person eventually. But yeah, obviously there are a few glitches along the way. I can't draw, the show must go on. And I'm okay. I'm hurt. I'm sad. I am a lot of things that are gloomy and not nice. But overall, I am, all of those things don't cloud my view on love and relationships. But I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be okay. I think lockdown also kind of gives me some quiet time. I don't, what am I gonna do during lockdown? It will give I think it will really give me some time to kind of reflect properly, and kind of do a relationship autopsy, an inventory, just check in with myself and make sure that I'm okay. But as for now, we're closed for business. Peace in the Middle East.